Welcome back. The Cong Quartet was formed by 4 friends at the Indiana University Jacobs School of Music in 2015. The quartet, with a slightly changed lineup, is currently the ensemble in residence at the Chinese University of Hong Kong. They've also been supported by the Hong Kong Art Development Council's Emerging Artists Scheme and participated as an ensemble at the Netherlands String Quartet Academy in Amsterdam. Recently, they returned to Hong Kong for a recital organized by the Museum of Art. Unfortunately, thanks to COVID-19, the physical concert cannot go ahead, but the recital will be streamed online.
Okay, the Cong Quartet, welcome to the works. Let's start by introducing yourselves. Tell us your names and what you play in the quartet.
I'm Francis Chick. I play the violin.
I'm Caleb Wong. I'm a violist.
I'm Yip Wai. I also play the violin.
I'm Yan Ho. I play the cello.
So tell us about the history of the quartet. How did it start and why did you form the quartet over in Indiana?
The quartet was formed in 2015. It was actually during my last year at Indiana, the music school. The music school at Indiana is a really big school. It has like 1,500 performance students there. But then when I first got there, I was actually the only strings player that's from Hong Kong, so I felt kind of lonely. But by the time when I get to my last year in school, these guys comes and with Francis, Yan Ho, and our founding member Camille, we happen to have 2 violinists, a violist and a cellist. So we play some quartet together with things that Hong Kong people would do, you know, like hot pot and poker game and mahjong, things like that. And it didn't start that seriously, but then there's a competition in the school that the winner get a free trip to Germany. You actually get to live in the house of Beethoven and perform in it for a week. And then we were like, yeah, that's a great competition. Why don't we join it? So we prepared for the competition for a month, and then we joined it. We didn't get to win. But then during the process of preparing the competition, I think we find the chemistry within the group, and the teachers and judges were kind of, I would say, impressed because they didn't know who we are. And then we just came out from nowhere. Like, we didn't play for any teachers, and we just go in straight and play. And they were like, these guys have some potential. And they invited us to join the intensive string quartet seminar at the school for a year. So that's how we started.
Right, amazing. And also, I mean, throughout your career since then, you guys have had residencies, you've won different competitions. Tell us a bit about the actual quartet. Like, how do you select your repertoire, and what pieces kind of bring you together?
As we are a classical string quartet, so normally we prepare classical traditional quartet like Haydn, Beethoven, Mozart, or even to Shostakovich that people would know, because it's the core repertoire. And then sometimes when we prepare for competition, we want to like learn those standard repertoire first. But like we also pay attention to a lot of contemporary composers. Like for the past years, we bring in a few like new names to Hong Kong people or to Asia, like Caroline Shaw, Kevin Puss, and Kenji Bunch. Like we made premiere of their piece in Hong Kong. So like I think the audience enjoyed it a lot too. And then, like on the other hand, like when we program the music, we try to like also perform a lot of local works by local composer, because we found it's quite important that we got to work with the composer like live.
Right.
Like Beethoven in the older days, they worked with the people who perform the work. So like part of our work in our residency at RTHK also involved that, and then we try to like be open to play many of that kind of pieces. Yeah.
I'm curious, as a quartet, what kind of challenges are there that you guys face, you know, being the 4 people and always playing together?
As a group, you have to be really strong together and be able to play for each other, but then at the same time, you have to be strong individuals with a lot of characters in order to make the group interesting. And being a quartet, career-wise, is also kind of difficult, especially in Asia and Hong Kong, because it wasn't a mainstream career path yet. And sometimes, you know, you have a lot of performances and you get a lot of income, but then you can also go on like half a year without any invitations. And but at the same time, you have to be prepared for any like, you know, last minute call. And also for string quartet, one thing is that the repertoire varies a lot in different regions. Like, for example, we mentioned composers like Caroline Shaw. They were kind of popular in the U.S. already, and they actually won the Grammy last year in the chamber music album. But then when we first brought them back to Hong Kong, some organizers or like they were like, "What is this piece in the program? Are you sure you want to put it? Does it gonna affect our ticketing box office?" And then we were like, "Well, we thought this is popular," and things like that. And then when we got to Europe this time, we get to know a lot more about the culture and the taste of the audience there too. So as a quartet, you get to travel a lot and perform in different places, and then you have to have a very wide repertoire in order to cater different audience tastes.
So on the 3rd of January, there's a concert organized by the Museum of Art. Originally, it was going to be a live concert, but now it's become a live stream concert. What pieces did you choose for this recital or concert?
We chose the Haydn String Quartet Opus 33 No. 1 and Beethoven String Quartet Opus 59 No. 1 for the upcoming concert. Part of the reason we chose those pieces is because of our most recent trip to Europe, and we attended this Netherlands String Quartet Academy, and they really focused on core repertoire that are essential to string quartet playing, and with no questions, like Haydn and Beethoven are two main composers for string quartets, and we sort of got a lot of insights from some of the old masters in Europe, and the two specific works that we chose shared a Russian style of composition. The Beethoven was commissioned by a Russian count, and then Haydn Opus 33 is also nicknamed Russian, and so we thought the connection between the two pieces made a good program for the upcoming concert.
All right, sounds great. Well, just finally, I mean, you guys are here. We'd love to hear a piece. What piece would you like to play for us today?
The piece we're going to play is the fourth movement of the Haydn Opus 33 No. 1. When we think about Haydn, usually we think about, he's a classical composer, so it should be elegant, light, but actually it's a very wild movement, and it reminds us of a rustic dance. Yes, so we hope you guys enjoy it.
Looking forward to it.